Welcome to the 6th week of Italian cuisine in the world. My name is Viola Buitoni, and in collaboration with the Italian Culture Institute in San Francisco, we will be presenting a series of videos to explore Italy by pasta. Pasta is the Italian ingredient par excellence. We all love it, we all want to cook it every day or more. So follow us during these 5 short videos to learn how to incorporate 5 modern classics in your everyday cooking. Welcome to my kitchen, and I will see you on the other side. Today's recipe is a homage to the memories of my times in Puglia. I will be cooking orecchiette with sausage, broccoli, and a little kick of Sicilian peperoncino. Follow me as we make orecchiette piccanti coi broccoli e le salsicce. For today's orecchiette with broccoli and sausage, we are going to need, of course, orecchiette. We also will need some broccoli. What I am using today are baby broccoli. And as you can see, I have both the flowers, but also the stems. There is no reason to get rid of the stems since we will be cooking everything until it's quite soft. We were lucky today because our baby broccoli had some of their beautiful yellow flowers on top, which we are going to use to decorate our dish. These are what the flowers look like. I just love them. And I do use flowers quite a bit in my cooking. I know that a lot of people think that they are bad for you. In fact, my mother used to say to me that they are the quintessence of the flavor of whatever they sprouted on. Before they got to the flower, everything else happened. And so I always use flowers to maximize the flavors and the beauty of my cooking. There are about 5 cloves of garlic here that have been boiling for 10 minutes, which means they are quite soft and sweet. I now will take my broccoli and put them in with the garlic, flowers and stems. We will want to cook the broccoli until it's quite soft, but still somewhat bright in color. It should take between 5 and 10 minutes, depending how small or large you have cut them. Of course, if you're in a rush, make them very small, so they're not going to take very long. So we are going to cover the pot. While your broccoli is cooking, get the rest of your recipe ready. You should have a frying pan or a skillet or sauté pan, somewhere between 10 and 12 inches, depending on how many people you're feeding. You should also have a strainer over a bowl. And then, of course, your sausage is right here, as well as your orecchiette. We're going to check the broccoli now. Our broccoli is quite ready. We can tell because, well, first of all, if I touch it, it's very yieldy. And also because while still quite bright green, its color is beginning to slightly turn toward yellow. And that's how I know they're ready. Do not leave the garlic behind. The garlic will be quite soft and very sweet because it's cooked for 10 minutes. These are our cooked broccoli, flowers, stems, and the garlic. I want to show you how soft the garlic is, so soft that I can actually just make it into a paste by barely touching it. We are going to chop everything together. Let us make sure that our garlic is turned into a paste. I have coated the bottom of my skillet with a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and I am standing here just waiting for the fragrance to waft to my nostrils without me having to bend over the stove. I can now smell it, which means I am going to take my broccoli and garlic and put it right in. Next, I will put in the sausage. Your hands are the best tool to crumble your sausage, but if you want to avoid getting burned or are squeamish about touching meat, you can always use a potato masher. Because the water had evaporated considerably, I had to top it up. As soon as your broccoli and sausage are going, you can also put the orecchiette in your water as the timing of the orecchiette cooking and the sauce finishing will be about the same. Whatever is the cooking time suggested on your package, always make sure that you set your timer for somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes shy of that particular number. First of all, because that number is usually exaggerated, and secondly, because we're actually going to be finishing in the pot. So we want a pasta that is finished in the pot, but it's still quite al dente. Our orecchiette about 2 minutes from done, I am going to use a spider to transfer them over to the pan. You can see I also have a ladle with me. And the reason why I have a ladle is because I want to be able to scoop some of the cooking water straight into the pan with my sauce to finish cooking. I'm going to start with what is about a cup of water. I'm also now going to be adding some hot pepper. The amount entirely depends on your taste for spice. Swirling the pot to make sure the sauce is evenly distributed. Pasta has absorbed the water quite quickly, which means it probably still has about a minute to a minute and a half to go. So I am going to put in another half cup of water. Keep cooking it. What is happening now is that the starch is binding with the fat in the sauce and creating a gossamer around the pasta, which will allow for everything to come together. To make sure my pasta is beautiful and shiny, I'm going to add one last drizzle of olive oil. I'm going to give it one last swirl and then just spoon it into my platter. It's wonderful if your platter is slightly warm so that it can stay warm while you take it to the table. Last but not least, I think you remember that we talked about decorating with those beautiful yellow flowers. Let's open them a bit so we can really see them in all their glory. Just a few all around. And maybe, for color contrast, let's put a little more of that red pepper. And for today's dish, we have orecchiette piccanti con I broccoli e le salsicce, spicy orecchiette with broccoli and salsicce, inspired by Puglia. I thank Anna Maria Di Giorgio, the director of the Italian Culture Institute, for supporting the project of presenting Italy by pasta. Have a happy week of the Italian cuisine in the world.